Hey there, Brittany Stewart here. As the co-founder of Burst and an angel investor and venture advisor, I've crossed paths with a lot of incredible entrepreneurs over the years. Many of them are moms like myself. They are full of brilliant nuggets of advice and have inspiring business stories, and I wanted to share a little bit of that with you. I sat down with Jenney. She's the co-founder of Leche, and she is the first in an installment of our new series, The Founders Exchange. Her business is absolutely revolutionizing how we feed our children, specifically breastfeeding, and this has a profound effect on the burdens experienced by new mothers. So check it out. Hey, Bursties. I am here with Jenney Korasick. She is the co-founder of It's My Leche, and I am so excited to have you here today, Jenney. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, I am a huge fan of what you are doing. I think it would be amazing for you to share the origin story of It's My Leche with the Burst community.
Absolutely. The great thing about being a female founder in this space is that a lot of moms are solving problems they have themselves and realize, hey, there's a business here. And that's exactly what happened with Leche. My co founder and I, Trish, we had our babies about 2 weeks apart, her first, my second. And we both, her husband was over one day and he like opened up our freezer and was just like, whoa, your freezer looks like our freezer. This is crazy. And I was like, I know. How do we do something with this? Like my freezer's already full. It's there's got to be a better way to preserve this. It got the wheels turning, and we just thought the same way that we take, a cow's milk and we turn it into some sort of like protein powder or supplement or powdered milk. Why can't we do that with breast milk? And the answer is we could. So Trish and I went down this really deep research rabbit hole, and we came up with Leche.
Amazing. So essentially, leche is the ability to take your either frozen or refrigerated, or does it have to be frozen?
Frozen is better. That's how we process the milk. Your milk bags have to be frozen to be sent to us. Take it from the fridge, put it in the freezer. You don't have to use our bags. So any standard breast milk bags will do. Just like that. Yeah. But our bags come as like a nice little free gift when you place an order, and people are going gaga over them. We also have some fun other colors for events and lactation consultants, but people are going gaga over them. BPA free, double closure, super thick. They freeze flat. They stand up tall if you want them to in the fridge. So people are going nuts for them.
I love it. So you freeze the milk, and then you guys have a way of safely transporting this frozen milk to your facility. And then at
Correct.
that facility, it essentially becomes freeze dried, shelf stable breast milk. And then, so what does that final form look like?
I'm glad you asked. A lot of people have this question, like, what is freeze-dried breast milk? This is actually Trish and I's freeze-dried breast milk from 3 years ago. And we just had this tested. Can you see it on the camera here?
Mhm, I can see
We
it.
just had this tested. It is pure as the driven snow. No bacteria, no mold, no moisture. It is awesome. And so it looks just like a protein powder almost. So it's
Oh my
nice
God.
and light and fluffy. 3 years shelf stable. Obviously, this is way easier to store, to travel with, to add to first foods, for instance, than frozen or liquid breast milk in a lot of cases.
Amazing.
But
So is it,
taking the shipping experience, so we send a mom everything. They have enough to worry about right now. So once you place an order, you get a pharmaceutical grade cooler in our shipping kit. It has ice bricks in it. It even has like right down to our cute little booby tape, tape up your box with our cute little booby tape. So it has everything you need. Prepaid shipping label, shipping is included. All you have to do is pack your milk, seal it in our bag, seal it in the cooler, and ship it off. And it comes to us. It goes through a freeze drying process, which is just essentially vacuuming out the moisture. And then what you're left with is this incredible shelf stable powder.
Amazing. So how long after I send you my milk does it take for me to get my shelf stable breast milk?
About 2 to 3 weeks, depending on operations, but we're off pre-order, which is amazing. It's kind of first come, first serve at this point, but 2 to 3 weeks is really what we strive for, unless you have something that you have pressing coming up. A lot of moms have reached out to us recently saying, "I'm traveling for the holidays, or I have this big work trip coming up. Can you accommodate me faster?" We can always put a rush on something that feels a little bit more urgent, for sure.
I love that. And then once I received it back, so I'm guessing it comes in these packets like this.
Comes in, that's one option. That's
Okay.
Leche Premier.
Okay.
And that is great for moms who are on the go. We've also had so many moms come to us and say, like, "You've saved me 45 minutes." And it doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're a mom, 45 minutes can be a lot because they've had two of their little packets in their glove box and they haven't had to go back to get milk from the freezer for daycare, for instance. Like, so these are great to have in your car, in your diaper bag. While you're traveling on the plane, for instance, all you need is distilled water. You mix this in your bottle and you go. And then we have everyday leche, which is a little bit, more convenient for moms who are using it on the daily, mixing bottles at home, first
This.
foods. Yep, that's it. And it comes with a cute little scoop like this. So you just scoop it out, 5 grams each. And for instance, to make a 2-ounce bottle, you would use one scoop. To make a 4-ounce bottle, you would use two. And then for a 6-ounce bottle, you would use three. So it's all pre-measured and all the guesswork is taken out for moms.
That's brilliant. And then how long is that good for? Like, how long can that sit on my shelf?
Unopened, 3 years.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So even if
Oh
I'm
my
done even if
God.
I'm done breastfeeding, I could, let's say like I made it to the 1 year mark and I just can't do it anymore. I could like save that milk and we can go all the way till 4.
Yeah. Part of this next big initiative, we're going to also be launching this donation network that it really does empower moms to give them the choice. Do they want to freeze dry? Do they want to donate? Do they want to sell their breast milk and do so in a really safe way that they know it's actually that they know what's happening with it? So it's empowering them, but also being transparent about what's happening with it. So I think that's like a huge win across the board. It's such a sketchy place. It's happened to me. I know it's happened to my co-founder Trish too. And so it's just like the safer we can make it for moms, the better.
I love that. I love that so much. So, I would not be doing my job as the leader of the burst community if I did not ask at the end of this conversation about Leche, you know, can you hook us up with some sort of discount for the bursties who want to give Leche a shot?
Absolutely. Do you want a code? Do you want a verbal? Do you want to add a code here later?
We'll add a code here later, but
Okay,
just no
great.
bursties. I just want the credit. I knew you were listening to this and you were as fascinated as I was. I'm going to get you a code. I've put her on the spot
Yep.
that it's going to happen.
Yes,
Okay.
we'll do it.
So, the other thing that we have found in the burst community is that people are very fascinated by women who are seemingly superheroes, right? They're doing lots of things and doing lots of things very, very well. So, walk people through a typical day in your life.
Okay, typical day starts probably around 5:30. I get up, I start chugging cold brew immediately. Well, actually, I brush my teeth, obviously. You know, I got to do that. Um, then I start chugging cold brew immediately. And after a few things are kind of like done around the house, I feel like I've got my energy. I honestly start putting out fires for the day. So that could just be things that need my attention right away. And I know if I can just get them off my plate before my kids wake up. Usually Trish and I are on the phone for an hour and a half, going through priorities for the day, things that we need to focus on, things that need to kind of be done. I'm sure as you can relate, as a co-founder, you are kind of anchored to your desk for a lot of the day. Unless you're getting up and intentionally trying to move, you're just like, wow, 5 hours have gone by and I haven't moved my body. Usually in the afternoon to take a break, either maybe we'll go do a pickup with the kids, shuffling for some activities, events for the night. We go through the bedtime gauntlet, dinner and bedtime gauntlet, and then it's back to putting out fires that cannot wait for the next day. So, yeah, I mean that's kind of day in life. It's busy mom mode. It's busy founder mode.
So that's a full day.
It's
That's
a
like
full
a
day.
real full day, and
Yeah.
I thank you for sharing that because I do think there's this fallacy that is spread about women and their work and their lives. And, you know, if anyone seems like they've got a lot going on, I think you can peel it back and it's like times 10. What are the core values that you're using to create a community of mothers? What have you learned so far about what you like about this?
Social media has just allowed everybody to have a front seat to everything. Good, bad, pretty ugly, whatever you want to call it. And so I think it's a wonderful tool that we're using to build community, but also every step along the way being super transparent, super honest, um, and really responsive to moms. And I know you guys do the same. Like you guys have all your, like, your birthdays, and we're going to be building something kind of cool too with lactation consultants and doulas and empowered birth professionals to really help bring that in real life experience to Leche through their communities too.
You know, I think something that you're saying it feels very similar to something we detected early on, which is that vulnerability being this key value about creating an empowered community, which, you wonder, how does empowerment pair with vulnerability? But what is empowering to the women, because 99% of our community are females, and they have never had a space to talk about this thing that they're really passionate about, and also personal things in their own lives. And
Yep.
so we have created a space where I genuinely feel like the reason we're successful is we're authentically engaged in a vulnerable way, not in a surface level way. And it sounds like you're unlocking a very similar dynamic on your side.
We've come into contact with so many different teams and businesses. Moms do it better than anybody. What most people don't understand is when you become a parent, you've already had these negotiations. Like by 8 a.m., I've already been negotiating with my toddler about like what banana they're going to have, or all these things that we deal with in the moment as parents. Train us to be better leaders, train us to be better business owners, train us to be better in the workplace, because those challenges and how we handle them are so important to us, because you're kind of leading with your heart, right? Like there are a lot of emotions, there's so many things at play. And if you can get through those challenges, honestly, everything else on the business side feels easy.
There are a lot of people who I have worked with for the span of their entire adult life. And I know who they were before they were parents, both mothers and fathers. And now they are members of my team as parents. They are better than they were before.
Yep.
They truly are. They have this, because a lot of times when you're younger, this idea of having to have a confrontation of some kind, whether it's a corrective behavior issue or, hey, I just don't like this, or, hey, I don't understand this. I find that when people become parents, they do get better at that. I can see it because if I just tracked it across a single individual I've worked with before they had kids, after they've had kids, they're like, well, unless I address this is not going to get better.
Right.
And that, I think, has been one of the coolest things for me to see, because there are people who, worked with me for 5 years, no children. Now they have a 5-year-old. And I got to see them for 5 years in both data sets. And I prefer the parental data set.
If on the mother side specifically, they say that like having kids expands your brain. Like you have more brain matter and more connections happening because you're required to. I think that, being a parent expands your capacity to deal with challenges in a way that I'm grateful for.
I'll say this. No one at work has ever told me no and run out of the room naked. And that'll happen at home, like
exactly. Exactly my point.
What is your top mom hack that you would share with somebody?
Probably making lunches at the same time as dinner. It's one food prep time, one cleanup. That's it.
All Otto eats is pasta, so I might as well just put it in the lunch
If
box.
you're already making the pasta once, just put it in the other container, save yourself a food storage container, and just put it in the lunchbox. Like, genius.
Well, listen, I am so thankful that you have come here to talk to me about your business today, that I have actually sent you some presents, which I think you might.
I cannot wait to try this.
Okay, so let me tell you about what I sent.
Yes.
So, okay, hold them up one by one, and I'm going to tell you about them, why I sent them.
Okay. This is
Okay.
amazing, and I cannot wait to use it.
All right. So let me tell you the quick, fast, and easies. The
Yes.
reason I sent you the charcoal, first of all, you have like amazing teeth and they're always usually very white. They will be even whiter. So our charcoal
Well,
paste is the only paste in the world that has a low dental abrasion score. It has an 86, which is like how strong the abrasive. And to put that in perspective, that's a lower relative dental abrasion score than like toothpastes that are marketed for sensitivity.
that was going to be my next question to you because I have really sensitive teeth. And so
Everything here I've given you here. So this will whiten your teeth out sensitivity, and I think it tastes like quite delightful. So
I opened this up and I cannot wait to go brush. I'm going to go brush my teeth right after this
good,
call.
good. All
By the
right,
way,
what else have I
dental
said?
hygiene is very, very big in our household. So this is
Yes.
huge.
What else have I sent you?
You have sent me this, which I am so excited about. You don't know how much Trish and I travel, but it's this. Can you see it? Can you see
Oh,
it? Can
right
you see
middle,
it?
right middle. There
Can
you
you see
are.
it?
Okay, so that's
This
the
is
curve.
so much cooler than traveling with your full toothbrush. It like slips right in your bag. Look at this. It's so awesome.
So, okay, quick, fast, and easies on that. Comes with this travel cap, which is ventilated. Yes, listen to those vibes. Vibe check. 2 modes and 75-day battery life on one charge. And
75 days?
yeah, girl.
Holy moly.
Rechargeable. You don't have to change your battery or anything like that.
Well, I knew, yeah, but the 75 days, that's huge.
I know.
That's like
So you could go, you go on a lot of great trips. So you could take this anywhere in the world that you're going. You could be just fine.
I love that. Do you know what? Can I tell you a funny story about electric toothbrushes?
Yep.
This is like 15 years ago when I was addicted to just having an electric toothbrush in general. This is before the days of Amazon Prime when something would be at your doorstep same day or next day. I would travel so many places, specifically back to like my parents' house on the East Coast. 9 times out of 10, I would forget my toothbrush. And immediately I would have to call my mom. I can't go one more night without it. Like a regular toothbrush just doesn't do it. She would FedEx me my toothbrush overnight every single time. And I mean, that's how much I care about
Okay. So you're
the
like,
quality.
you're a stan. You're a stan.
Oh, yeah. And you can ask my husband, one of the first things that we joked about when we were dating. I had like followed him on Facebook, and then I followed him on Instagram, and then I like hit him up on LinkedIn, and he's like, "Oh, so you've checked all the boxes?" And I was like, "The only thing I need is your dental records, and then we're gonna be good." Like,
I-
so that's like an internal joke for
You could have been a serial killer or his future wife. And so it looks like it went well for him.
it went well for him. We're all
Okay. So
good.
then did I send you anything else?
You sent me these, which I almost was going to put on during the
Yes.
call. I don't know what to do first. I guess I'm
Okay.
gonna whiten and then brush.
No, 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 no. Let me tell you the
No,
right.
no, no.
Okay. So
Okay.
let me talk about the strips. There are no slip grip. So it's like saran wrap around your teeth. These have 6.5% hydrogen peroxide, so they're going to whiten. You're not going to have sensitivity, and you can either do them like for a full course of treatment, day after day, or you could do what I do, which is like when I'm getting ready to go do something cool, like I'll put them on while I'm doing my makeup. So there's the regularly dentist suggested way, and then there's the Brittany beauty hack way.
Love
But
it.
according to my hygienists, the right way to do teeth whitening is simply this. First, you floss. You got to get all that plaque off.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
brush because you create micro tears in your gums. So you floss, then you do your strips, then you use your electric toothbrush to remove the gel and brush your teeth after whitening. That's the
And
right
by the way, this floss,
is the
I
greatest.
remember we were using it a couple weeks ago. I love how it expands. It in this case is so cute. By the way, like this blows every other floss out of the water. But so many floss brands are not, they're like too slippery for in between teeth. They like don't actually grip anything. I'm like, is this doing anything? Because it doesn't feel like it's doing anything. This is amazing. Plus it like tastes really good too. So
Yep.
this is awesome.
Amazing. Okay, so these are my thank you gifts for coming and telling your
Thank
story to our group for our founder exchange.
Thank
Um,
you.
So we just want to say thank you so much. We believe very much in what you're doing. We can't
Oh,
wait
thanks.
for our own discount code. And
We'll get that right over to you.
and so thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you
And
for having
thank
me.
you everybody for tuning in.
Of course. Thank you for having me.